No, not yet before.
No. Okay. I was working with another Barbara because we had a company that we sold to QS, and we used to organize, because we're in education, but I always had like other businesses in events and etc. So we had the Barbara from the ESCP, but she was promoting the bachelor from the ESCP, the BSc from the ESCP.
No, then it was another.
It was another Barbara. Nice to see you. So Barbara, you want to introduce us to ESCP? Have you prepared a presentation or not? Is it a presentation that you have? Yeah. So can you make?
Can you all see it?
Yeah, we see the presentation. Yeah.
Okay,
let's go.
Great. Then, yeah, I can start. Xenia suggested to wait until 5 minutes after 12, but I can also start right now.
Okay, let's start now, and there will be more people coming up. Huh? Then what they will do, you make a presentation, and then they will introduce themselves, and you tell them if you believe that they have a chance of getting in. Huh? Okay. Voilà. So there are people from Europe, of course, from India as well. Yeah, it's 50-50 Europe and India. Go ahead, Barbara.
Okay. So yeah, hello everyone, and a very warm welcome from my side. My name is Barbara. I'm from the EC Business School, Berlin campus, and I'm representing or working for admissions and recruitment for the Master Management and also the MBA. And yeah, I'm looking forward to present you today our master programs on Berlin campus from ECP, and to receive your questions afterwards. So we'll present around 30 to 40 minutes, and then afterwards you can also ask me questions. So you suggested that everyone is presenting themselves right now, or should I just continue with?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
Okay, so yeah, that's the program for today. So I will present our master programs at ECU Berlin campus. The EC Business School, it's the oldest business school of the world. We were established in 1819, and it's a very European school. It was built from the beginning on to be very European, and we have 6 different locations, so 6 different campuses in Berlin, London, Madrid, Paris, Turin, and Warsaw. So it's one business school, but 6 different locations. Here you can see again the map with our locations across Europe. But in addition to this, we also have partner universities and research partners, so the network is broader. At the beginning, to start with, I would like to give you some quick facts about EC Business School. So as already mentioned, it's the first business school in the world, and since 1973, we are located in Germany. And altogether, we offer 48 programs. So the bachelor program, the master management, 28 specialized master programs with a more focused topic. Then also the MBA, PhD programs as well, executive master programs, the EMBA, and global executive PhD, and also custom and open program managers. Then EC Business School is multi-accredited and also highly ranked. For example, the Master Management received the 5th rank in this Financial Times ranking, and also the accreditations show that our degrees and also the studies are accredited. Then our students, it's a very international student body. We have 9,000 students in our programs, and they present 130 nationalities. So also you notice in the classrooms that the classmates are very international from different countries and nationalities. And as mentioned, we have this 6 ECP campus, and in addition to this, we also have a branch campus new in Dubai now. Then as we are a school, of course, there's also research. We have 180 research active professors, also very international, from over 33 nationalities across our 6 campuses, who are contributing with the research and in journals and scientific magazines. Then, in addition to our already international campuses, we also have academic alliances across the world, and also international partners in 48 countries in Europe and beyond. For our customized trainings and executive education, we have also a lot of participants, over 5,000. And of course, as we are already existing so long, the alumni network is also quite huge. So there are 75,000 alumni across the world, where you can see the contacts are everywhere, and also for reaching out in different branches, different sectors. So here, again, a short overview about the programs. We have the general management programs, which is bachelor, master, MBA, and executive, and then more specialized programs, the masters and MSCs, and the executive, and then also executive education. As mentioned, the Alumni Association is quite big, and we're also working together, for example, for the recruitment. So we engage them to share their experiences with you, and they're also open to share their experiences on LinkedIn, for example. So if you want, as a student or as an applicant, ask for a specific company, then they're open to be contacted. We have also a foundation who is supporting ECP as well. So now I would like to start with the Berlin campus, as I'm representing the Berlin campus from my work perspective. So here you can see our building. It's located in Berlin-Charlottenburg, so in the western part, beautiful historical building. And yeah, you have a library on campus, and also different locations where you can study together, and also terrace, which is famous in the summers, for example. And also, of course, all the other features that you need for studying. Then at our campus, we have also our different specific academic key areas. So that's what we focus on during our research, during this programs, and also yeah, in the classes. And these are the topics: entrepreneurship, what you can see when we come later to our programs. And also because Berlin has a lot of startups offered in Berlin. Then, of course, a very famous topic right now, sustainability, where we also have offered 2 specialized master programs. Then diversity and inclusion, which is becoming a topic more and more important. And of course, digitalization, which is always included. So we have this, there are also 2 master programs. And this is our master team. So with me, there is Jessica and Martina, and we are recruiting admitting for the master programs on Berlin campus. So here's now the overview of our 5 master programs that are offered in Berlin. And so there are the 4 specialized master programs: the MSc in International Sustainability Management, in Sustainability, Entrepreneurship and Innovation. Then the 2 in the Digital Hub, the Sales, International Sales Management, and in Strategy and Digital Business. And then on top, the General Master in Management, which is offered on all campuses, but Berlin is one of the potential campuses. The programs, these master programs, all last 2 years, and they also start all in September. It's only possible to start once a year in September. And they're taught also in English, and in the master management, it's possible to follow classes also in some of the local languages, like one course in French in Paris, or also in Spanish in Madrid. The credits are as well the same, so you reach 120 ECTS at the end. And regarding the locations, there's a difference in the specialized programs. You switch or alternate between the Berlin campus and the Paris campus. So you have specific terms in Berlin, and then you switch to Paris and come back for another term. In the Sales Master, it's also new and very interesting. We have an international seminar in Houston in the 2nd term. And then in the General Master Management, there is the offer that you can study on all of our campuses. So you can start in Berlin, for example, then switch to Turin, continue in Madrid, and so on. Then we have also the overview of the fees per year. So you can see all the tuition fees of each program, and also the service fee, which is on top. So you get an idea. Regarding the fees, there is also an early bird discount. So if you apply early, applications are already open, then you can get a discount of 10% for the 4 specialized master programs. And in the master management, there are also scholarships available upon application. For the admission, the requirements are that you hold a bachelor of 180 ECTS, which is state accredited, and that you have a certain level of English. It's normally B2 advanced or C1, depending on the program, and that you sit the admission test, which consists of a personal interview and logic test in cases. So I would like to go more in detail of the different master programs in Berlin. First, Master in International Sustainability Management. So nowadays, sustainability, of course, is important and also necessary in each part. So it means if you include sustainability, it also gets you economic benefits. And yes, working around this topic in the different courses, and you receive different insights in these topics, scientific problem solving, for example, and to get you more concrete overview, this the curriculum of the master program. So you have all these courses in the different topics like environmental sustainability management, but also in science economics, and you can also choose several electives like NGO and management, depending a bit where you would like to go later on. And what is also interesting are the company consultancy projects, where you work together with companies and you realize your own company, their own project with your fellow students. And then, as it is a scientific program, you also have a master thesis, and there's also included an internship. So in the next program, also combined with sustainability, but more with a focus on entrepreneurship innovation, is the Master in Sustainability Entrepreneurship and Innovation. That means basically that if you, for example, would like to start a new company or a startup, did you think sustainability as one of the main pillars from the beginning on? So you don't have a company already where you put sustainability on top, but you think from the start on what can be made sustainable. And here, for example, we also have the Jean-Baptiste Say Institute on campus, which is helping or supporting students with their own ideas for creating entrepreneur or a startup or something. And yeah, you have regarding the curriculum, again, topics or courses in the sustainability, but more entrepreneurship topics, and then also intercultural management and leadership, which is of course also important. And one interesting topic or course is also the sustainable lifestyles ventures with together with the United Nations. And here again, you have also the company consultancy projects. And of course, also master thesis and internship, or also business development project. Then we come to the next specialized master program in the Digital Hub. It's the Master in International Sales Management. And of course, if you're interested in sales in general, but also it's getting more important again, the sales function, this could be interesting for you. So to becoming a sales specialist. And regarding the courses, this is the curriculum. So you have courses like understanding markets and customers and sales techniques. So all the basics that you will need for becoming a sales specialist. And also the company consultancy project and also master thesis and internship. Then the second Digital Hub program is the Master in Strategy and Digital Business. And this is also talking about because companies are more digital, so it's important to have more knowledge in these areas like strategic digital entrepreneurial skills in this area. And regarding the curriculum, you can see more in detail. So you have strategic courses like strategy and advanced strategy, but also entrepreneurial knowledge and further skills like a hackathon and also coding course. And again, here also the company consultancy project, because our teaching is always combined with a theoretical and also practical approach, so that you can also approach the knowledge that you have obtained. And here as well, the master thesis and an internship, so that you can also put in place all the theory that you've learned in the internship. Then we come to the general master. It's the master management. So this is a general program, but with the possibility to specialize. You have over 60 specializations, of which you can choose, depending on your interest or what you would like to gain an insight into. And there's also again included an internship, altogether 9 months, so that you can get a better vision of the work placements where you could work later on. And in this one, you can also take gap semesters for doing longer internships and doing also an exchange semester on top to the ECP campuses. You can also go to one of our partner universities. So you can see again, I mentioned already all the topics. Yeah, it's like there are starting 1,000 students per year, but they're on all our campuses. So the groups itself are smaller, but you will visit or meet them again when you switch campuses, because you can switch each semester to another campus. You can also stay up to 3 semesters on the same, but you need to switch at least one time, so to gain this international experience. In the master management, you can also get several degrees. So everyone is receiving the French master's degree or grade de master. And then depending on the different requirements, you can also receive additional degrees. So regarding the applications, what are we looking for? In the specialized masters, as mentioned, it's important that you have a bachelor degree from a state-recognized institution, so basically 3 years and 180 ECTS. And it's possible with an academic background, but as well with a non-academic background. So if you have studied psychology or engineering or something. In this case, if you have not studied business before, then preparatory courses are necessary. Then you need English sufficiency, C1. And of course, it's important to be interculturally and international interested, as your fellow students will be quite international, and you also have a lot of group work, and to be open-minded and future-orientated, because there are always new challenges and changes also if you change campuses. So it's always good to be open-minded. And on top, of course, the alumni and the student bodies list from our students. So it's important that you don't only want to learn from ECP, but also want to contribute something to our community. So what can you expect in class of Berlin Specialized Masters? Normally the group size is 40 to 50 students. The average age is 23 or 24 years, and you have minimum 12 nationalities, and also company speakers in lectures. And of course, you also gain this lifelong network with your fellow students. Regarding the classes, you have case studies, simulation, and videos, but of course also the typical teaching altogether. And the teaching approach is normally theory to practice transfer. Then the profiles we're looking for in the master management, as well, bachelor students, as mentioned before, with 3 years and state recognized. And there as well, as it's a general management program, you can apply with every bachelor degree. But then if you have not studied business before or management, then there are the prerequisite courses during the summer. So in July and August, there will be 2 courses to prepare you for the studies. Then we also need English sufficiency proven by English tests like IELTS, TOEFL, and Cambridge. And as for the other master programs, also interculturally interested and international orientated. And yeah, as mentioned before, open-minded and also willing to add value to our community. What can you expect in the class of master management? So depending on the classes, there are smaller specializations and also bigger. It's normally around 20 to 60 students. The average age is similar, like 24, and also the nationalities. And there as well are company speakers in the lectures, and you have this network. The teaching approach is here a bit dependent on the campus, because of course it's all a bit different in the different nationalities. So if it's sometimes from theory to practice, it could be, for example, on London campus from practice to theory. So this is a bit international, diverse, I would say. So regarding applications in general, the applications are already open. So if you want to start in September 23, you can already apply now, because there are several application sessions starting at fall until spring, summer. And you can find detailed admissions information on the websites of the programs. So like which documents do you need and what are the requirements? And also the application portal where you will upload all your documents. So you can always see this little button on the website of the program. And then if you click on apply, you will come to the application portal. Then for the admission or the application in general, there are two steps. First, you upload your application documents, and so with this application or apply button, and then the documents are screened, and if everything is fine and it looks good, then you are invited to the interview. And of course, if you have questions before, we're open to reach out. There's a contact button, so you also can see who is responsible for which program and who you can contact in case you have any questions. And also watch out for online information sessions, because there are from time to time offered some where the program will present it again, and you can ask your questions as well. In the MIM, the Master Management, there are different application paths depending on your previous studies. So it depends if you studied in France before, or how many years in France, and depending. So it's good to have a look on the website where you can see this information. Regarding the admission process itself, you're assigned to one of the campuses depending on your current country of residence. So this campus will be responsible for your admission, but it's independent from the campus where you will start. So what are we offering on top? Of course, we have a career service, as we want to support our students to get internships and to start their jobs after the studies. So our career service offices are offering advisings, like CV, feedback, interview preparation, career planning. And there's also a platform with internships. And on top, there are the career events, like recruiting days where you meet our companies, and career fairs on each campus, and also workshops where you can get in contact with all these companies. Here's an overview about the corporate partners of the Berlin campus. So you can see with which campuses we are working together more regarding the events, or also recruitment days and the lectures. So, and as Berlin has a lot of startups, we have also startup partners. So you can see here an overview of all these with who we are working together. Then, of course, social life is also important on campus. We have student societies on each campus. And this is mainly if students have an idea which topic they want to work together or want to build a project. It's also possible to create your own student society. But currently we have societies under our main pillars: the sustainability, digitalization, entrepreneurship, and diversity, and also community. So, for example, Agora is the main society across all campuses where students are represented. But we have also Oikos, for example, they take care about the garden at campus, but also initiate projects about typical environment projects or topics. Yeah, so I'm already at the end of the presentation. So feel free to stay in touch with us if you want to receive, for example, the program brochures or the scholarship list, and want to get in contact with a current student, then please reach out. You can scan the code also on the website, or you can also follow us on Instagram. So we have an Instagram account from the Berlin campus. There's also one general, of course, and also this from Berlin with more Berlin concentrated information. Okay, then thank you all for your attention. And yeah, I'm looking forward to receive your questions now.
Basically, Barbara, thank you very much for the presentation. It was very complete. Basically, what people have to understand is that students from India, they have to apply to the Paris campus. Do you agree?
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
And you, as a Germany, you take people what, from Germany, Switzerland? From which other country do you take people from?
Yeah, well, best is basically also the German-speaking countries, but also let me see for
some other countries. Okay.
yeah,
So that they see, because you see, depending where where you're from, for instance, our Swiss students apply to the German campus. Okay.
exactly.
Our Indian students apply to the Paris campus. Okay, and the conditions are different because if you're German, but if you apply to the German campus, you can take the GMAT or the test, the ESCP test called the SHL. And then if you apply from India, you have to apply through the Paris campus that is asking for the GMAT. Am I right? Alors, basically, see, Barbara, I know your school pretty well because I have a son who is an ESCP graduate. My son Armand studied at ESCP, and his future wife is an ESCP graduate. So in our school, in our family, we know ESCP pretty well. So I'm a father of an ESCP student. I paid ESCP to my son. Alors, basically, some will have my son Armand, who was studying at the same time law. We knew that he stayed in Paris all these years because since he was studying law, he did the 3-year program, so the Grande École program, but as a prep student. And he has not been able to take advantage of the campuses because he was not allowed he had to be present in class. So he was studying both at the Sorbonne and at the SCP, and he could not take advantage of the exchange program, which is a bit a pity for him. Alors, France, I guess our time. So, France, I guess that you're from Germany. Francie, can you please tell us more about your profile? Hello?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Hi, I'm Francie. I'm from Germany. I graduated WHU in Fallenda. I'm not sure if it's known. It's rather small. Yeah, and I'm currently doing a gap year exploring different professions. I did a consulting internship. Now I'm in venture capital and yeah, looking for a master's to study. Highly interested in more like digital business or business analytics. So
what would you advise Barbara to Francie?
Well, if you're interested in digital area, I could recommend the 2 digital hub master programs, like the specialized ones. Perhaps here we offer also Zoom calls or phone calls. So if you want to have more detailed information, I would recommend you to reach out to my colleague Martina, and then you can talk via Zoom or also via telephone, more of your concrete questions, or also if you want to.
Barbara, can you
I would
share
love to, yes.
The slide where you have all the contact information?
Yes, sure.
The slide with all the contact information. So basically, the slide with the contact information.
Yeah, and which is also helpful to get the insights from students. So she can also put you in contact with current students so that they explain a bit more about what do they learn in classes from their perspective, and if this sounds interesting for you, or perhaps to see where the graduates are working. So if this is the way that you can imagine for later.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is
sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's something that you can share. So if you can all maybe take a screen sharing with people attending the event, so that you know with Jessica, with Martina, and with Barbara. Okay. So basically, and you see, Francie, 2 options: either you specialize in digital business, or you can also, that's what we advise to our students, apply for the MIM, because the MIM is very recognized. Okay. The MIM is in the FT ranking, the QS ranking, and then you can specialize while at the SCP in digital marketing while having a global education. Okay, so we always suggest to do the MIM and specialize, and if you do internships in digital business, whatever, it's already enough. Okay.
Yeah, you can also as mentioned in the general master management program, there are these specializations. So you can choose up to 3 in the second, third, and fourth semester. Of course, then you could also specialize more in digital topics. Perhaps here it would be interesting to look at the specializations itself, like where you can see which topics, if there are some which could be interesting for you. Then, of course, you can reach out to me and I can give you further information.
Great. One question, the MAM requires the GMAT, right? Or do all require the GMAT?
No, you don't need GMAT if you're in Germany.
Yeah, exactly. So on Berlin campus, if you apply from Germany, then there is some replacement test which we offer. It's also a logic test, a bit similar to a GMAT, but also a bit different. So this is possible then without GMAT and do the test with us.
Yeah, it's called SHL. Huh? We'll prepare you for that, Francie. If you have an SHL class, we have even platform with SHL. So don't worry, we have all that. But at the same time, we can also say to our students, prepare the GMAT, because with the GMAT, you can apply to more schools. Huh? Okay? Because HHL is only valid for ESCP.
Yeah, exactly. Then it would be only for the master management application. Yeah. But of course, with the GMAT, you have this advantage that you see the results before. And if you're not satisfied, you can repeat the test. So with the SHL, you have, there are practice tests, but you have only the one try on the day, and then that's the result.
Yeah,
that we take into account.
Yeah, I agree with you. So basically, so there's the GMAT, and that's what we do. And if you cannot get so a school like IE, like ESAD, like IAC, like ESCP have their internal test. Yeah. Germans, they don't like to take tests because they don't see the interest, the logic. And I always tell them it's just a test. There's nothing to learn. It's just a test. But and they are right. Basically, they don't understand what they learn preparing the test. But the test is necessary to discriminate candidates and basically to be able to check the level of each of them. Jose Maria, can you introduce yourself and ask the question that you have for Barbara? Is you going to apply to SCP? Go ahead.
Yes, of course. Well, hello, Barbara. Nice to meet you.
Hello.
First of all, I'm Jose Maria. I was born in Spain. I am Spanish, and I did a degree in economics and international business. And since I finished my degree, I started working in a foundation here in Madrid because I liked it, the job, because it was very oriented to helping the education here in Madrid, and I really like that. And I did the GMAT like the last month. I'm trying to repeat it because I want to get a higher score in order to being able to apply to this kind of schools. And my only question was just that I saw that the ESCPs are very oriented to an international scope with different campuses around the world. I would like to know if, for myself, if I could, for example, apply to the Master in Management and go to different campuses in, for example, Italy, in Germany, all these countries, even if I'm from Spain, because I know that there is also a campus in Madrid.
Yeah, of course. So in general, all the campuses of ESCP are open for master management students. It's a bit dependent on the specialization that you're choosing, because so for the first semester, you can choose to start on every campus, of course, based on availability, because every campus has specific seats. But then for the second, third, and fourth, you're choosing a specialization, and each campus is offering different specializations. So, for example, Madrid is offering one, I think it's also in Spanish, like the family business in Latin America. If this is interesting for you, of course, then and you choose this, as you have a list of priorities, you can name 3 to 4 specializations to choose from, and then if you receive the specialization, then you're assigned to Madrid for the semester. And again, for the next semester, you apply for another specialization, and then you, according to the specialization that you're getting, you're going to another campus.
Do you know that Barbara is going to give one-on-one? So basically, we should ask general questions. Now, basically, to give you an idea, we have a very good friend. Her name is Anna, and she's from Belgium, like me. And to give you an idea, Jose Maria, she did the first semester in Turin. Then she did the second semester, I believe, in Germany. Then she did an exchange program with St. Gallen. And now she's doing the last semester in Spain. Okay, so you can even you can go on many ESCP campuses, plus ESCP has exchange program with other schools. Okay, now basically, Barbara, we're going to ask you general questions because I was asked to ask general questions on profile evaluation. Now, basically, the question that I have is that why the trend now is to offer one-year programs. As you know, IAC has a one-year program, INSEAD has a one-year program, LBS has a one-year program. What are, according to you, the benefits of a two-year program versus a one-year program?
Mm. Well, after one point, I think it's after the 2 years, you have the Master of Science, for example. It's possible to reach achieve them, and of course, then you have also more time to to gain more knowledge because you have more courses, and we have also this internship included. So it's 9 months. You can take into account previous work experience, but if you have to do this 9 months during the studies in the summer break, then it can be quite tough to put us all in 1 year. And I think 2 years is a good time to gain enough knowledge to be prepared for the job market and to be more concentrated also. And regarding the master management, if it would be only 1 year, then of course you could not take the 3 specializations, but only less. And we want to offer this more diversity, that you can have a look in different topics, like for example, one in consulting, one in finance, and the other in marketing. So if you do not know yet exactly what you want to do after or where you would like to work after the studies, so you have this time and possibility to choose different specializations.
Okay.
Also, we notice, for example, after the first year, students are normally doing their internship during the summer break. That this internship's also helping again them to see where I would like to go, and then they can choose the courses according to the experiences in the second year.
Okay, so you see the thing. And by the way, I can give you an example because so my son went to ESCP and he spent 4 years at ESCP because he took a gap year. Okay, because of these those studies, he could not go abroad, so he went to America for a year and he studied. He worked for JP Morgan and then for private equity fund. And you see, Rosemaria, the gap year allowed him to find a job. After the internship with JP Morgan, it was a further job. So sometimes it can be also a good thing because you have the gap year. So, for instance, I would say that if you really want to make a complete career switch, it's not bad. And by the way, that's why many of our students, they don't want to go to INSEAD because they see that they don't have enough time to learn. And basically, the career prospect after INSEAD MIM are not that great. So basically, yes, take time for yourself to have internships, to connect, develop new network, connect with the professional network. Okay. Basically, Rishika, you have a question for us, Rishika? Rishika, you have a question for us, Rishika? What's going on? Why she does not? Siddharth, can you ask a question for us, Siddharth? You have a question? You're also applying for masters. Siddharth?
Yeah, hi, Hubert. Good evening.
Good evening. So what question have you got for us, Siddharth?
So I was just exploring the website. I am looking for something in MIM only. And I was looking for master in finance options as well, but I feel that my profile doesn't align with it since I come from an engineering background and majorly have business development roles. I graduated in 2021 as an electronics and communication engineer, and I have an experience of like more than a year in the business development roles. So that is
So
what
do
I
you think,
was
Barbara?
thinking. If
You think it's bad it's not good for the MIM? You fear that you cannot apply for the MIM? Siddharth? I don't understand.
no, I see I can apply for MIM, but I am more inclined towards MPhil.
Okay, Master in Finance. Okay,
Master in
so Master in Finance is in Paris and London. So Do you think that is a good candidate, Barbara, for Master in Finance? What do you think? Yeah, why not?
What is important for the Master in Finance? It's that you speak and understand French, because it's in French, the program.
Yeah.
So for the application, I think it's necessary to have at least B2 or also C1 in French. That would be
Yeah,
what
I can
Barbara
be there at
changed.
C1. I have studied French for like 6 years in the past, but it's been more than 6 years, 7 years that I've not been in touch with the language. I can like cope up to that level.
I think,
This-
yeah.
In this case, I would also recommend to get in touch with the contacts colleague from me, like on Paris campus. If you click on the contact button, you can see who's responsible for it, because then she can look more into detail into your CV and how to prove your French skills. For example, for the English tests or for the English knowledge, require the IELTS, TOEFL, and Cambridge and TOEIC.
Yeah, I already have an IELTS score of 8.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, I think for the French one, it's best if you ask her directly if you need to show a specific French test result, or how they normally.
I'm
Yes.
sorry to interrupt. I'm mainly looking for something which needs to be added in my profile apart from the language part. Like, am I fit for the MFin in terms of qualification and the project work I'm talking about, not the language. I can cope up with French. That's not an issue for me.
Mhm. I guess for the Master in Finance, it's similar, like that you can study a different program before, but I have to look more.
I come from the technical background, no?
Mhm.
And
Have
want
to
to
look more.
study Master in Finance.
All right, let's have a look, because I'm more familiar with the bottom programs, because we have 28 programs, so I'm not super familiar with all the programs, but let's see. I think you can also apply.
Yeah, but the problem is that, Siddharth, if you have this type of question, there are one-on-one interviews. The type of question that you can ask for the one-on-one interview, okay? I want that you ask general questions. So basically the question is in Barbara. It's about the Master in Finance. So we found out that this year they will no longer ask for the GMAT, from what I was told by my students, okay? So from what I understand, there will be no more GMAT required. Okay.
Depending on the campus.
Yeah.
So some campuses, yes, or some programs. So it's best to look more in detail on the program website, because it's not for all, but for some of
But
them.
for the Master in Finance, the GMAT is no longer required. But of course, one of the obstacles is that it is in 2 languages, because the first semester is in Paris, both in French, and the second semester is in Latin. Okay, Siddharth.
So
Then if you want to
will
have
it
like
be French taught?
Yeah, it will be
Like
French
if
taught
it's,
in
even if
France.
it's okay, French taught.
In France, it is in French. You have two semesters. First semester in Paris in French, and second semester in London in English. Okay, that's the way it works. Okay. Rishika, she cannot talk. Rishika, you have a question for us? Rishika, how come she's here but she's not there? So basically, if you could make a summary of everything, Barbara, because Barbara, she will have a meeting with students this afternoon. What would you say, Barbara, in general, about ESCP, the advantage, what you would advertise, what you would recommend ESCP? So tell us in general in 2-3 minutes.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, if you're international interested and open to work together in international teams with students from all countries or from different countries, and then you're very welcome to apply for ECP, and which is also good to have a look at. If you see some of the programs that are interesting for you, then feel free to reach out to our colleagues, because normally we all offer these consultation hours, so you can also get more detailed questions and answers, and also be put in contact with students. What I think is always a very helpful perspective, because then you get to know how it is to be a student, and watch also out for online information sessions where further insights are shared. And yeah, happy to be in contact with you if you have further questions about the MIM and coming from German-speaking countries or surrounding countries, and also my colleagues from the other campuses. So
yeah, so basically, yes, as you know, at MBA Center, we value ESCP as one of the top 10 best MIMs in the world. Each year we have about 20 students who get accepted to this program. We have a few who use the Berlin campus. You see, Barbara, that our students from Switzerland, and a few that we have in Germany, but it's like 4 or 5 per year. Most of them use the Paris office, so take the GMAT, and because they come from France, from India, two who come from Spain, yes, apply, I don't know which campus they use. So it's a good program. Most of the students that we have applying for your program, see, Barbara, I would say that 90%, I would say yes, 85% apply for the masters, the MIM, because of the reputation, because they don't want to specialize. I would say that 10% apply for the MIF, but of course they like the master in finance, and of course they are usually bilingual, so they are Lebanese, or they are Belgian, or they are French, or they are Swiss, etc. And then Swiss from the French-speaking part. And then finally we have a few. We have developed a master in data science. So we take the master in data science, the master in marketing. We'll apply for this master. What they like about ESCP is, of course, the international scope of the school. As I told you, sometimes they even study in 4 different countries. And of course, the recognition of the school that allows them to work. Most of our students that we have, they work either in marketing, product management, in consulting, or finance. That's basically the three departments, the 3 sectors that they work in. Okay, voilà. So basically, we'll have media meeting, and then there will be this afternoon private sessions with Barbara. Thank you again, Barbara, for being with us today. We appreciate, and especially the school is quite dear to me because I have my future daughter-in-law and my son who are both ESCP graduates. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
yeah, thank you as well for joining the presentation today from ESCP. And yeah, I'm happy to receive your emails. And also, if you apply via other campuses and you're not sure who to contact, then of course you can also contact me and I can forward your email.
And don't forget, at the same time, it's good that we develop the relationship, Barbara, because in India only, we have a platform with 5 other test prep centers, and we manage 25,000 GRE and GMAT students. So every day we meet in India, every day they meet 80 students to advise them. We imagine how much it represents. Voilà. Have a good day, Barbara. Thank you.
That's all. Thank you for you too. Have a nice
Thank you.
day.
Thank you.
Have a
Bye.
good day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.